in case you have to do that. Press that button like I do. And please come to sit on your mat in an easy pose for your body, creating a foundation of peace up here by arranging your body mindfully, giving it support and choices, all choices with the idea of ahimsa, causing no harm. So if you need to stop or change or do something else, all of that permission is freely yours. Settle, arrive, breath, being still. Rest your hands in a way that supports your spine by letting that ease be registered, the arms supporting the torso a bit. Just open, soft centered gazing. Just be very relaxed with your body to begin. Cultivating a meditative state so patiently. Even glimpses of stillness or settling of our mind. That is the goal of our practice. Breathe out one more time and make any refinements. Once you've been there for a moment, now the tall spine, making a little effort to sit tall. Bringing your dominant hand, first two fingers to the center of your forehead. Touch that calming point. Head centered, you can support your elbow if you need to, or just do this hands-free, alternate side breathing. Lightly close the left side of your nose. Inhale deeply through the right side. Light with your touch on your nose tissue. Close the right gently with your thumb and exhale to the other side. And presuming the right hand. Carry on. Inhale left side. Exhale to the right. Gently stretch without force. And then one more, and this side is right to left, breathing in and out. And the second half begins with the left inhale. Stay as you are, breathe in left. Breathe out right. The other hand is relaxed. Breathe in right. Breathe out left. Little tone in the low belly to support your seated pose. Last one, moon channel left to sun channel right. Inhale left. Not forcing, but stretching. Exhale right. Bring down your arm and that's complete. Be present with the sensations, quality. Breathe through both sides. 3 times. Inhale and exhale. Nadi Shodhana, nerve cleansing breath, alternate side breathing. Said to clear the central channel. Pranamasana, float your hands in front of your chest. Press your hands together, lifting your elbows to your own degree. Activate your back. Where do you feel that activate? Your chest. Change the angle of the wrist if you need. Okay. Big breath in, ground in your legs. Sense the vibration of your breathing. Vibration of life. Inhale, stretch up your arms. Exhale, turn your belly to the right. Bring down your arms, one to the knee opposite and the other behind to help you stay tall as you twist and look back. Each pose, your own range of motion explored. Finding a nice middle path. Nice and deep, but no harm. Turn your head the other way. And take your arm in behind you, bring it up and into a side bend. That top shoulder stay down. Now the logical brain has poses to figure out, helping it stay in the moment. One more breath out. Let these actions go. Center. Come back and change the cross of your legs if that's possible, or just resettle your seat for this extended seat. Upward reach, breathe in. Turn your belly and your chest, bring down your arms, find your twist on the other side, gazing back. Just the right amount of movement. And our breathing up and down the spine in the practice, that idea of the main river of energy, the spinal cord, having some shine from our awareness, shining it with our awareness and our breath. Increasing your vital energy. One more time. Turning your head towards the other shoulder. And then with that back arm coming into a side stretch. Downward centered eyes. Steady breathing. Bring those elements together one more time. Your range of motion. Inhale, slowly come up. And release those actions. And the cross of your legs, pointed toes on the floor, hold the backs of your knees, or just behind your knees, and then lean back into a boat pose. Lift the center of your chest, gaze down, tall. Lean back just the right amount so you feel a little challenged. But your arms are supporting you. And release forward, exhale. Hands to the back with your fingers facing forward. Make room for your arms so you can stay with a long neck lifted out of your shoulders. Lean back, bend your elbows. Spin your hands outward to create an openness in the front shoulders and chest. And have a little grounding in your feet. Long neck, downward gaze. Whenever we go into back bending extensions like this pose, that downward gaze helps your neck stay long. It's a counter position with the eyes. Try to learn that. Every upward dog, every cobra, every camel, and relax. Bring your feet in together and wide with the knees, holding for Malasana, garland pose. Come forward until you get some sensation across your seat and low back, finding some releasing of tension there for free movement of energy. Arms can reach through if you enjoy that variation, or stay holding your shins. And you are pulling yourself through your legs, straight or reach forward and then down. And the feet try to ground, they don't have to actually do it. Partway is okay. One more time, garland. A lot of the energy of the body runs through the seat and the low back. The energy lines. And release. Please come to standing from here. You may do that in your own way. If you'd like to explore the standing no hands, give it a try. Mixing up leg sides to try to come out of that shape. And please stand on your mat so you have room for your arms at the sides. Easy wide stance. Feel the temperature of what you're standing on, its texture. Let your sense of touch be present to the grounding of your feet. And there's a sense of pressing down into them in the standing practice. Just let the weight flow down. And then the spine tall in the other direction, finding our space where we're designed to be on the earth. Bring together your hands and weave your fingers. Index fingers come out in an endpoint, thumbs cross. Don't put too much pressure on the joints of your hands. Coming up, lifting your whole rib cage. Try to keep your shoulders off your ears. Lift to your own degree and give a little bit of a squeeze. We tend to lift the front ribs and not the back ones, so try to lift your back rib cage up. Eyes up a little bit. Squeeze, no harming. One more breath, creating some tension. And then soften your hands to the right side, circles. First one above the line of the waist. Bring your arms out and around. So draw your own circle. Take your time. Do another one of those above the line of the waist. Just enough pressure in the hands to keep them together. Now with the knees bending deeply, draw a big circle, squatting down. Second one, squat and circle. Last one, straighter legs, bigger circles, big circle. Move your rib cage, just the right amount for your body. You can bend your knees there if you need to. Come up and squeeze, breathe in one more time. And let's let go of the hands and float down the arms, land into the belly center. Slowly, as you finish the exhale, ground. This grounding helps you hold up your arms for the other side. Weave and cross the other way, index fingers out. Ground into your belly, ground your shoulders, gaze up a little, squeeze. 2. One more, create tension, lift your back ribs, gaze up, and then soften and circles above the waist 2 times, other way. Feel your spine, your rib cage moving. Add the squat. Follow your hands with your gaze. And the straighter legs, 2 of these. Finish at the top with a bit of a squeeze and an inhale. Slowly, slowly float arms down, bending elbows, belly center, landing, exhale. Warming up the whole body, just pause with that energy and stilling. Step to the front of your mat to greet our radiant star with gratitude. Inhale, upward reach, just for one breath, gaze up, lift up. Exhale, forward fold, tilt your pelvis, bend your knees if needed, hands where they reach, head down. Warming up patiently, go just the right amount, halfway lift, breathing in. Like the ski jumper, that straight spine reaching forward, bend your knees, spread your hands, step back, breathe out. Please breathe if you need to breathe. These are suggestions. So when we have taken care of yourself, so knees can be down, press your hands, wide belt around your waist, stay calm. And 5, knees down, release your toes, arms straight, guide your pelvis forward, gaze down, upward facing dog, careful. Just the right amount of belly lengthening. Pelvis moves back to table and tuck toes, puppy spine, long. Toes tuck, knees down, elbows up. Remember to add a measure of softness, balancing structure and ease. One more deep breath. Inhale up to cow spine, a little bit of a back bend from your hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. The hands do this outward spin, spread the fingers. Press, weight up into the belly and back into the legs is what we're trying to do here. So push your hands, bend your knees if needed, bring your head down. Try to use the uplift in your belly to pull the weight out of your hands. One more time, breathe deeply. Inhale, step forward, forward hop, and halfway lift. Stretching the inhale. Exhale, fold forward, tuck your chin. Inhale, stand up. So important to do what feels right. Don't worry about the look on the outside. It's an internal experience being on your arms. Wide arms, inhale, reach. Exhale down the center, fold in. Halfway lift, arms and spine straighten. Pause before you breathe out and step back. Right knee down, left foot behind, side plank. I like my hand to be ahead of my shoulder in this one, or it just works out that way. Try to find a comfortable position. Concentration starts to turn on if it's not already. And the other side, tabletop or plank, and then spread that hand, bring your knee in line behind it and the other foot. So we're on this balance beam. Do what you need to do. You can do whatever variation you want to work on right now. But this is plenty challenging for hip stability and core. Use your whole body. One more breath. And calmly release, let that be. Hands and knees, hug your elbows in and dip forward and release. 4 more times, forward shifting downward, press and release. And just go as far as you can and still come up. Elbows in by your sides. Yoga push-ups. One more time, welcoming strength, a little playful, pull back puppy. Inhale, cow spine. Exhale, child's pose. Palms up, drape your arms, chin down. Breathe in all the directions. One more breath. Feel where the exhale goes down low into the body. With that awareness, upward facing dog, you do it right from your knees or to the tops of the feet, and then downward dog. Pelvis moves back into the play bow. Make the refinements you need first and then hold steady. Turning your thighs and pressing them back, lifting your toes a bit as an option. Toes down, breathe one more time. The spine is long, the belly uplifts, helps you step forward. Use your other foot to come forward first, mix it up. Halfway lift, inhale energy. Forward fold, exhale energy. Stand up, breathing in. Process, gradual, moving with breath. Bend your elbows, and then come down to your center. Virabhadrasana, a warrior pose. Right leg back, the forward facing one. Meditative state in the mind. Steady breathing, move your body. Find the stance, the knee over the ankle, just the right amount of space. So you're gently challenged here to get low down the center. There's that. Leave your fingers, thumbs wide to the center of your chest. In and downward energy. Breathe steadily 5 times. Tension in the hip flexors of your back leg. A nice degree of sensation there. Breathe out one more time. Warrior C. Bring in your back foot, straighten your front leg, stay on your toes. Lift the back leg option and the arms where they support you. Maybe reaching forward. Centering out to the sides, all fine. 2, 3, steady spot for your eyes. Keep trying. If you come out, come back in, even if it's on the last breath. 5. Sorry, other side. Pause, gather your concentration. Virabhadrasana A and C. Forward lunge. Find your stance, plenty of time. Breathe. Leave the fingers the other way. Stretching your front rib cage. I'll lift up your chin a little bit on this one. Plane of the face. Downward gaze. So you're hugging into your body downward a little bit here. In and down. One more time, breathing out. And release. Bring your back foot in closer. Straighten your front leg. C is this straight leg. Maybe the balance with the back leg lifting. Bring the spot for your eyes. Coming in and out teaches you so much. So just work where you want to work on this side. 2, 3, 4. Determination, concentration, and 5. And then compassion. Just do your best, and then it's all moving on. Bend your knees, step to the right side of your mat. Widen your feet. About a leg's length wide, parallel feet. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, slowly fold forward. So tilt your pelvis, your knees can bend. Arms can rest above the bent knees as a choice, or the straighter legs, all good. If possible, bring your right hand to the floor in front of your face in some way. And then open into a twist out to the side. Be careful with how deeply you twist. Make sure it feels appropriate in your body. Try to twist from above your waist. Breathe. What can be softened? One more time. Follow. Exhale when it comes to release the rotation and change sides, letting this side develop to the degree that it feels correct. Trying to turn your thoracic spine, your mid-back and your neck, keeping the low back steady. One more time, breathe deeply. Exhale, untwist. Inhale, stand up, press the feet, lengthen, rise, and settle your shoulders down and back. Spin on your heel to the front of your mat and bend your knee, warrior B. Find that space in your lunge. Lift your feet apart from each other. Steer, feel nice and low towards the ground in the center. Arms reach, turn towards your front hand, and pull that hand back today into the stop sign gesture, the Ubaya Mudra, letting the back hand come to the leg. The gesture of fearlessness and protection. One more time. Breathing out one more. And release the hand. Change to the other side, warrior B. Side facing torso, lunge deeply, knee over ankle. Arms reach out to begin, turn your head. Back hand relaxes to the leg, front hand pull back, stretching the wrist and hands. Gazing at that seal is what mudra means. Abhaya mudra, protection and fearlessness, symbolism. Having a neutral attitude in what you see, but more of what it represents. Relax that hand and arm, release, and turn back to the center. Goddess, turn out your toes. Wide squat down the center. Adjust the angle of your feet as needed so the knees and toes track in the same direction. Challenge your lowness. Eagle arms. Right elbow under the left. Fingers towards the sky, hips low. Lift in the elbows. Open feet. Press your heels. One more time. Arms and legs release, come up. And come down to the other side, knees towards the toes. Other elbow underneath. Fingers up. Elbows lift, hips lower. So grounding, feel all that energy going through your feet into the ground. Press to release, your legs straight, your arms out. Release your heels out so you have an easy stance. Breathe in again. Breathe out, triangle pose to the front of your neck. You know this one, or we're getting to know it. Over and down with straight legs. A side gaze towards the sky as you reach up and down, this extending out from the belly pose. Remember to keep the heaviness of the head anchored into the belly by grounding your exhales, navel towards the spine. It's lower than that, it's more of an energetic thing, but try to find that. Breathe out again. Come up, breathing in. Try that exhale to the other side. Slowly breathe out as you come down. Find your stance and then breathe 5 times. Tita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. One more breath is 5. Inhale, rise. And step back to the top section of your mat. Finishing standing poses with Parsvottanasana. Good to keep developing this one. With your right leg, step straight back. angling your heel a little bit. So you have space between your feet, both ways. And then the legs are straight. Thumbs down and back. Come together behind your spine. Start low. Knuckles, fingertips, palms, all fine. Working your way up the center of your back, causing no harm to your shoulders. Just the right amount. Breathe in. We do a little bit of a back bend over the hands. Breathe out. Transition to a forward bow. Lengthen out through the top of your head and then down. A little lift of your elbows. Press your feet, strong legs. 2, 3, hip stability. Upper body opening. Side lengthening pose. Breathe out. Inhale, come up. Release your arms and come out. So this release will tell you sensation, okay, amount. Other side, find the stance and then find the connection behind you. Little back bend up over the hands, downward gaze, and then a forward fold. Big toe or shin gaze, elbows lift. Once you're here, try to release the gripping in your feet that might have happened on your way in. One more time, breathe out. Inhale, come up. Coming in and out is very important. A little back bend over the hands. Slide them down and release. Step out. Infinity symbols with the wrists and hands. Close them like a C and do that again. Figure eights. Ground your hands. Reach up, breathe in. Little side bend over to the right with your victory arms. Back to the victory pose. Inhale. Little side bend to the left. Back to center. Forward fold for 5 breaths. Take your time coming down and in. Favorite one, elbows, feet on the hands, whatever one you want to do today. Knees may bend. Uttanasana, extended pose, variations. Find your little uplift in your lowest belly. We're folding over that hollowing energy. Breathe slowly out one more time. Bring your hands down to the earth, spread them, preparing to step back. Knees down, elbows in, breathe out. Inhale, arms straighten. Guide your spine to the up dog. And to the down dog for 5. Widen feet as wide as your mat. See what happens. Head down, long spine. Use your whole body. Step your feet hip distance apart again and lower to your knees. Untuck your toes. And go back with the arms resting by your sides, head down. One more. Coming to hands and knees, rising up. Work with your proportions here. Find your little table. You may use alternative hands. Ground your feet. Maybe bring your big toes together for a threading the needle flow. Bring your right hand behind your skull lightly, open to the side. Breathe in and then elbow to elbow. Twice more range of motion. Doesn't have to be big. One more. Now extend your right arm and do it again and see what happens with that arm free from the bent position, and then come through and down. Threading needle pose, mindful. Transition to your skull above your ear. You could bring in a blanket if you need support here. You could sit and do a twist instead. This is a downward facing twist. Long neck. Support yourself with your hands and your feet. A great pose to experience your uplift in your low belly and maybe your pelvic floor drawing in and up as well. We start to seek the subtle support of the subtle core. Then inhale comes, release out and open. One more time. And come down. I find kind of an elbow out position with the hand to be more supportive for this. Work with yourself on that supportive hand. The elbow to elbow first 3 times. Breathe in this side, breathe out. Feet together. Moving the mid back. And elbow to elbow edge. Open the arm, find the twist to the side again, and then come through. Threading needle, grounding feet, belly, carefully the side of the head. Keep that tone in your core muscles to support this being done safely. It's a good pose for staying really present, just the right amount, causing no harm. Come out with inhale energy, press, open, and release. Dive into dolphin, hands together, bring out your forearms to the ground, tuck your toes, lift your knees, head down. Shoulders down off the ears. Nice vital uplift in the low belly zone. One more breath. Transitioning to your belly. Step your feet back one at a time and lift your head. Your knees can come down, or you can pause and hold forearm position. Pull elbows to toes. Wide belt around the waist, thighs firm, long neck, whole body calm, lower down, and make room for your legs to stretch long back behind you. Lower with your arms folded comfortably. Let your heels fall out for a moment and just rest on your belly. Breathe out again. And bring your legs together and actively reach them back. Zip up your legs, ground your front pelvis. Super people push-ups. Just rest after a couple if it's too many to do 5. So it is, we sometimes do this standing or seated. Reach up overhead, stretch your hands. Breathe in, Breathe out, squeeze your shoulder blades and pull your hands down, elbows to the sides. 4 more times if possible. Reach and pull. Try to use your legs. Activate the legs. 4 and 5. And I'm gonna invite rest after that with the half rug. Bring your left leg up beside you on the ground. You may curl in that direction. Stay on your belly. Let your head turn and come into this yin shape, going soft and receiving some stillness. Slowly breathing out one more time. And then mindful, coming to the other side. Belly, right knee comes up beside you. All to your own degree. You can find a way to bring your torso a little closer to the right knee if you want to. Make sure your head is supported comfortably. And let go of effort for 10 breaths. Relax everything. Gradually come back to center. Making your way to a seated position. Really do that in your own way. If you'd like to flow out of this position, you come out the way we came in with the forearms. Down, tuck toes. Walk in, lift your hips, dolphin. Knees down, cross your ankles. Upright, use your hands and pop over your feet or something like all of that. And here you are. Here we are. Ground your hands, draw back your toes, tuck your chin, Dandasana. Now the back body, but you still feel the imprint of the front body sensations. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Fold your right leg and bring it to face forward on the mat. That's not the right leg. The other foot stays on the ground and comes around the knee. One choice is for the bottom leg to be straight here. Sitting tall, lean back, turn to the left into a twist. Hand behind you helps you sit tall. And the other hand can bring the leg more towards the middle line if it feels good to do so. Don't put too much pressure on anything. Half loaded the fishes. Deeply breathe again. Stay all the way through the exhale, slowly, slowly. And mindful turning back to center. Bring that top leg out by the bottom foot. Transitioning to a forward fold over the straight leg. So take care of this knee if you need to refold it or give it some support. Out and down, gradually connect your hands to your leg or foot and bring your head down. Finding a way to breathe in every shape. Curious. Helps us stay free from judgment and just try to figure everything out as we come to it. All impermanent. Breathing out again. Breath down into the belly. So we have support from the front body of the low back coming out of the shape. And to the other side, little spin to bring your left knee forward and your right foot to the ground around the knee. Half Lord of the Fishes, turning to look back, hand behind you. Support your top leg with your other hand. The eyes do the Parsa Drishti, the side gazing, gently, but it includes the eye exercises in the poses. One more. Exhale. Back to center and take the top leg out by the bottom foot, like a seated tree pose, where that foot touches the inner leg, out and down. There's some lateral and rotation in this one. Connect your hands, bring your head down, and your belly back towards the spine. It's a light, energetic uplift in the belly, not a hard pull. Breathe out once again. Coming up with some slowness. One more seated pose, facing the front of your mat again. Bring your feet together with your knees apart. Heels stay together. The rest of the feet can open like a book. Bring your heels back towards your hips. Rock side to side to find the sitting bones and center. There it is. Today, with your fingers spinning back, place your hands, lean back, and use your brain to move your knees away from each other towards the ground. A little lift in the chest. This allows the pelvis to be more open than when we fold forward. One more breath, gently finding the range of motion. Be present right where you are. So patient and loving towards your body to get the best response from it. And soften. It can be nice to take one hand at a time and release the legs together with the hands as well. Coming down to finish practice on your back. If you'd like to bring a blanket or pillows, clothing, sip of water, all that, welcome. Lie down, legs straight. Moving your hair if necessary so you can access the back center of your skull. Lie down, stretched out pose. Upward hands overhead. Reach down through your feet, point your toes. Stretching the tops of the feet. One more time. So breathing, feel it ground down low in the torso and how that's connected to your arms as you bring them down beside you and your feet in one at a time for bridge pose. Today, focusing on stretching the front of your thighs in bridge. So there's a lot happening. Let's let that be our focused awareness of the practice today. Hands touch there, have awareness. I feel you, I notice you. Head centered on the back of the skull is important, and reground your arms. Feet in close to your body and a little wide from each other. Find your power position so that you can lift up with as much ease as possible. Creating a line from your shoulders towards your knees. Trying to lengthen the fronts of your thighs from your knees to your hips. Gently observe if that's a limiting place here. Is that something that you're noticing a lot of tension there, making it hard to come up? Just gently notice. One more breath. How is it to consider that? Come down with slowness. Move your spine gradually down out of this shape. Landing and releasing the low back. Coming over to the right side of your body, stretching out your left leg. Stretching out your right leg. Rolling to the right side of your body, support your head. Bend your top knee and bring your heel towards your hip. Mindful of the shoulder and the knee. Just the right amount of front body. One more breath to be in a spot that feels good for you here. Release to the other side, across the back, other side, to isolate that zone. Catching, shoulder opening, front of thigh opening, all in a nice measure of those. It's okay if you come to a pose like this and you can't reach your foot, then a strap is appropriate to use, and can always ask me to help you figure out the pose and way to work with it. Breath. Let that be. Roll back to the back of your body. Shift so you're nice and centered. Shoulder blades and spine and pelvis. Lift your knees to your chest one at a time. Hold on and move your ankles, pumps, toes back and forward. Big toes together, bring them up towards the sky. You can keep holding your legs or move hands to the front for support. If you practice shoulder stand and plow poses and like to do those right now, that's fine, or legs up. A strap can be used to stabilize a pose like this if it causes you strain. The big toes together can help anchor. Let's consider a second position like plow if you're coming out of shoulder stand. From legs up, bring your hands down to the ground, grounding your arms. And then do some scissors, front and back, a little skywalking, and then the crossing side to side movement. A little bit of wide legs. Hands can come back to support that gravity assisted inner leg opening. Bring the legs back together, hands can support. Knees in. Knees towards your chest. Lowering one at a time or together if you know that won't irritate your low back. And stretch out. We'll come out of rest with a little twist. So come in and rest just a little while. Like the half frog on the belly, a yin pose. Go soft. Let go. Open your mouth slightly. Exhale, notice. Swallow. Step your feet in a little bit closer to your hips and let them knees go over to the right and your head to the left side. Relax for 5 minutes. Changing sides. Easy. Stay very soft. Bring your head to the same side as your knees for the curl in and rock up. Sitting in the little thunderbolt with the knees folded to the center or sitting with your legs out to the sides, whichever supports your tall spine at the moment. Breathing 2 more slow breaths, meditation goes. Pranavasana. Gratitude pose. Thank you for joining me for this practice. These resources are being reinforced by yoga so that we can ground ourselves, access our breath, bring that non-judgmental awareness, be present with our feelings, all of these things that we can carry into our lives.